A pleasant good morning, good afternoon, actually, to all viewers that are on this live broadcast today. I would like to wish you a Swaligan greeting from JLS Services. I'm your host, Charles Jeffrey Richardson. And we want to welcome all of the viewers that will be tuned in this afternoon for this very, I would call it excited live broadcast. And we have none other than one of our local icons and heroes here from the island of St. Maarten, our country, St. Maarten. And that is none other than our own, a son of the soil, Mr. Lewis, and we call him Major Brown. We have Major Brown here, and is going to be the person that we will be interviewing this afternoon. We want to welcome him to our program. Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, and I'm not surprised that you came because you told me you're coming to interview me. I just wondering what give you the idea that I'm an icon or that I'm so important to be listened to by people.
Well, what we did actually with a group of us with our foundation, we realized that sometimes we don't recognize our own people, and we decided to come up with a certain program where we can cast of the person that touched the people of St. Maarten, and you were one of them that touched St. Maarten people so much. And before I continue, I want to say I have someone already giving you greetings. That's Sandy Petty. I think she lives now in the States. She's saying hi, Jeffrey Richardson and Major Brown. So excited to share this afternoon with you. Greetings from Atlanta, Georgia. You know Brian's sister,
yes.
Sandy Petty. Yeah, Sandy, we lived together. I mean, when I lived in Aruba, when I furthered my studies in Aruba, Sandy was there with her mom, and we were very close while living in Aruba. So I want to say good afternoon to her, Clifton as well, and Noel, and Diedrich.
She's married to Petty now?
Yeah, she's married to Petty right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Again, Major, I'm going to call you Major throughout this interview because everybody here in St. Maarten knows you, and around the world knows you as Major Brown. Major, I was surprised when I met you yesterday. You said, I was born in St. Maarten. I always thought you were born in Curacao. Tell me something about that. And your family, who was your family here?
No, well, look, I was born here in St. Maarten in 1937. That's a long time ago, on the 7th of May. And according to my mother, was born at 1 o'clock in the night. So I had my whole day ahead of me. And, my mother had 10 children.
Wow.
She had 6 by John Peters. Mm-hmm. And then she had 4 by my father, which was Octavius Lepidus Richardson, or better known as Tavi, who owned the whole estate in Welkelaken.
How you became a Brown, Mr. Brown?
Because my mother's a Brown. My father, remember, my father was married before. He had, actually my father had a lot of children. Mm-hmm. He had different families of children.
He was like the butcher?
According to what we had counted one time, he had 52 children.
What? No.
Definitely.
No. No.
And when he owned that whole estate down there, but he was married to a lady by the name of Magdalene from French Quarter, and before my mother got in with them, they had got into some things, and she had moved to Curacao with her family, bigger sister, her daughters, and all of them. So all the whole family had moved down there, even the brothers. The only brother they have that came back to St. Maarten before my father died, and he was a policeman in St. Eustatius, was Maarten Richardson.
Yeah.
He owned a piece of property right at the end there by Ace, where Ace is. Mm-hmm. So then, and I grew up here and I went to school. As a matter of fact, I was in the 6th grade with Paula, Mirab.
My aunts?
Yes.
Wow.
Paula and Mirab, they were in one bench and I was sitting the other.
And that was St. Joseph School or Orion School?
Orion School.
Okay.
We all went to the Orion School.
Okay.
A lot of people that I could still remember in school with me at the time, like Vincent Donko, and Joel Bryson. All those were people that I went to school with. And in 1950, my father died at the age of 80. At that time, I was almost 13.
13?
Yeah.
But you were a lad Coleman. I mean, you were very young.
No, my
Your father made you when he was very old.
I told you my father made me when he was 67 years old.
Latifah Stewart Felix from Bonaire. That's Ralph Stewart is saying hi from Bonaire. I don't know if you know Ralph Stewart.
Ralph Stewart's supposed to be my nephew.
Okay, he's saying hi from Bonaire.
Because that's another side of the family. My father had 6 children that were named Stewarts.
Okay.
And this apparently is one of them.
Okay. Yeah, so you said about your father. Your father.
Yeah, so my father had the whole estate here, and okay.
This whole estate in
My
Cahill?
yes, and then we grew up we grew up in between the house down there and my mother's house here on the end of the road, where across from where Ace is. That's my mother's house. That's where I was born.
You were born here in Cahill?
I was born.
You wasn't born in a hospital?
No. In those days, nobody was born in
Exactly.
a hospital. You were born with a midwife at home. Hospital were people who were sick.
Exactly.
They say pregnancy is not a sickness.
Well, exactly. Yeah. Latifah Stewart is saying is the son of Carol Stewart.
That's right.
Yeah, Carol Stewart.
That's Macquarie.
And
brother.
what is Carol is to you?
My niece.
Oh, no, Carol is your niece.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Carol. Her father was.
Carol
was my
son
brother.
of Carol Stewart.
Well, her father, or her grandfather was my brother, apparently. Anyway, and in 1950, after my father died, you know, we used to live down there with him, but then we moved out, and my mother rented a house. At that time, my elder sister, my father's side, and of my mother's 4 children that she had by Tawi, she was a school teacher, Alberta. And she rented a house down there because the lawful children decided they want to come. One of them was come back home to represent the rest of them, and so we had to move out of the place. You understand? You don't quarrel with the lawful children against those that love children.
Exactly.
You would call it.
Exactly.
So we moved down in that house across from where Scott used to have his gas station.
That's the one in Bush Road?
Yeah, right across there. Where your father's house is
just before.
Where the Holidays house was built now.
Yeah, okay.
All that was pond water in those days.
Okay.
We used to bury our sodas, which we would get from by...
Van James?
No, which Van James. By Scott had a bottling company right there where the gas station is. He had a small bottling company making grappet and all that thing.
Okay.
We used to get sodas from there, go over in the pond, mud, and push them down in there. And after we come home, they're cool and nice. We open our sodas and drink them. Yeah, that was my brother and another guy from up the hill here named Kickapoo. Actually, his name was Stanley Hallman. We used to call him Kickapoo. He died in Curacao anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, after my father died in 1950, the hurricane came. And at that time, I was still living down there. We used to go down there with my
Which
brother.
hurricane was that?
In those days, we didn't have any names for hurricanes.
Okay.
I used to live down there still with my elder brother, who had come from Curacao. Because brother is brother, whether you're outside child or what. So I used to live down there with him. When the hurricane came, take off the roof. We had to go down the cellar with the cattle.
Okay.
That was in 1950.
1950. So
Yeah.
you came back, you went to Curacao for what
No,
reason?
in 51.
Oh,
I
51.
left. I finished ULO.
ULO. Not MULO.
No, not the MULO here in those days.
Okay.
We had zevende klas uitgebreid lager onderwijs.
Okay.
And I graduated from there and I went to Aurora to follow technical school. Because what happened is, just across from, as I was telling you, where Scott had his gas station,
Yeah.
they had a fellow from the French side named Popo. Used to drive Scott buses and do mechanical work. And I went across there in the afternoon, saw him doing mechanical work. I decided I wanted to be a mechanic. So that's how come I went to the school in Aruba. I graduated there in 1954 and came back to St. Maarten. And my mother at that time decided she had to go to Nevis because my sister in the meantime had married to the minister Swanson of the Methodist Church. In case you don't know, Gary Swanson, the owner of the vet up there.
Yeah,
That's my nephew.
okay.
Well,
He's married to
Sonia Mead.
Sonia Mead, the doctor.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, he has 3 daughters with her.
Okay.
2 of them, one is a doctor, one is an engineer or something, and the other one is a vet also.
No, I don't know very well. I don't know very well. They have a clinic here in Cahill.
Yeah. But he has one in Angola now.
As well. Yeah, they go
But
on off to
he
America.
moved here because of the volcano in Montserrat, because he used to live there. He used to live in Montserrat.
Your nephew?
Yeah, he used to live in Montserrat because
How he end up in Montserrat?
when he studied vet, he went to live. He was born in St. Eustatius. The rest of our children, 2 were born, I believe, in Nevis.
Okay.
And some of them were, because in those days they moved the Swansons or the ministers from one island to the other.
Yeah.
And they moved from St. Lucia, Trinidad, and all over the place. So she had 5 children, and different of them were born different of those islands.
Different islands in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Ambrosina Julia is saying good afternoon to you, Uncle Louis. I know that
One of my great nieces.
your great niece. Yeah, I know her very well.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, Ambrosina, and Vicky, David as well. Good afternoon to you. I have so many of people coming on. Henrietta, a regular viewer of this program. Michelle, my cousin. Kelly Busby, all the way from Holland, is saying good afternoon. Major Brown, she said good to see you. Kelly is also saying Maarten. No, Coding Dykoff as well. Is saying good afternoon. Yeah, and Hilbert Rosa, we have persons coming on and just coming on.
I just hope I'm not boring the people.
No, you're not.
With my history.
We gotta go down to your history even further. We already went to when you went to school. You went to school, Oranje School. Yeah. After you went to Oranje School, you went to do mechanic in Aruba.
Yeah, I went to Ambach School.
And after you finished in Aruba, where did you go to?
My mother brought me back to St. Maarten because she said people told I used to be on the street in the night, which is true. I used to be on the street, but I used to be playing basketball for the school, and then you had to walk home from Lago Heights all the way down Brazil where we were living. Okay. So that's the kind of street I was on. I never was a person running around out in late night and all like
making
that.
Mischief and doing wrong things.
No.
You were not that type of person.
No, I wasn't that type of person.
Okay.
So, and then she told me, well, I had to stay here because she was going to Nevis because my sister was getting her second daughter. Okay. So she's going to be with her. So I had to stay here and mind the cattle and so on with Moses and you remember they had a fellow named Malcolm around here also.
Okay. And Malcolm
all these were neighbors here.
Oh, neighbor. Okay.
Yeah, and I had to stay here and mind the cattle.
Okay.
Well, in January 1955, another hurricane struck St. Maarten. I don't know what the name of that one was, but you could ask Jocelyn one of these days.
Jocelyn Arndell?
Yeah, Jocelyn Arndell. He would know what's the name of that hurricane. But all around the estate here had big manganill trees with trunks, of 3-4 feet in diameter. This hurricane knocked down every one of them. They had to bring in equipment from Curacao to clean up the road because nobody could cut up all those manganill trees at that time. And then in February I went to Aruba. Curacao.
For what reason?
I went there to seek work. My brothers were there because my mother told me she doesn't want me in Aruba anymore. So when I got there, I applied for a job by the Shell, and they told me I was only 17, so they put me back in the Bovabou, which is a school they had where they placed all the children that came from Mavo or came from
Ulo?
I'm from trade school and all that.
Okay.
They put them up there for further training.
Yeah, I have also Evelise Weber Chance. Say, love you, Theo. I don't know who it is.
That's my niece.
That's your niece also?
Yeah, that's Udari's daughter.
Okay, and Raphael Skeet is also saying it's a pleasure to even see you, Major.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Raphael is one of our proteges.
Exactly. Dorothy Lake as well is saying, afternoon, cuz. I think she's a family of yours. Nice seeing you, Dorothy Lake.
She's a cousin.
That I think is Big D's sister.
Yeah, she's more cousin to my wife.
Oh, cousin to your wife. Okay.
Yeah, but then my wife is also my cousin, so.
Okay. And your mentee, Camille Gibbs. Clemmy is saying, Major, good afternoon. My baseball father. He's called you a father. Yeah.
Yes, the boy with the knees.
The guy with the knees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's an excellent ball player.
Yeah.
When physically he could play,
No.
that was one of the
He
best.
always could have hit
players
the
we had.
ball real hard.
Yes, sir.
I remember that from when he was a small little boy. He was hitting the ball
He hit
like an adult.
Yeah, he hit anybody. No
It-
kind of pitcher you bring, he could hit him.
I remember that from Little League.
Yeah.
And then we have also Grace Mark who was saying, hi Major, I can see you well.
Yeah.
And we have Gensi Balboda.
Yes,
Gensi saying, you're my role model. Major. So you have so many people that is on there.
Gensley grew up with it's my mother's brother.
Your mother's brother.
Yeah, my wife's brother.
No, your wife's brother.
Bobby brought him to St. Martin here with us when
Okay.
we came in 70.
I remember Gensi also went to school here in St.
Yeah,
Martin.
he went to school here, and people were thinking that's our son. But
Okay.
he was my brother-in-law.
And you also have Johannes Brown watching you.
The way he watching nothing, he can't even see. He's just like me.
Well,
That's my
Valerie.
brother.
Who's Valerie Brown?
Valerie?
Yeah.
His
Oh, his daughter. Well, his daughter is saying that Johannes.
Sandy?
Valerie.
Oh, she
Yeah, she's saying that-
Sandy.
I don't know
Yeah.
whether he's like you or not, but he's watching.
So yeah, anyway,
Yeah. So let's go back to Curacao.
Yeah, I finished in 6 months' time. I finished the school. I was a year late. I mean,
That's in Shell.
I was half a year late, but I caught up with the other guys, and I finished school. I went to work for Shell
Oh, after.
as a motor mechanic in the garage.
Okay.
But then after some time, they closed down the garage.
In Shell?
Yes, and they sent me back to loan machine shop.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I learned that, and I worked in there a year and a half. And then one of my sisters decided that she think I should join the police. They have so much benefits they are not getting. And at the time I told her I didn't like the police because I had a cousin, which is Mike Alexander's father.
Mike Alexander's father.
Yes, he was a police officer, but the way he carried himself, you would think he's the governor. You understand? And I didn't like the way he'd speak to people.
Okay.
And I ended up working with him too, in the end. But when I joined the police, so I just wrote in the letter for Zoho, and you wouldn't believe it. I came to St. Martin in 1960.
But you did your schooling in Curacao.
Yeah, in 60 when I finished working 4 years in the Shell, you were entitled to vacation. So I got a month's vacation to come up, and they paid my passage and everything. I came here on the 12th of August, and then I was right into Donna.
but you're pulling all those hurricanes with you.
Definitely.
To St. Martin. Every time you go to St. Martin, it's a hurricane.
Okay. So I was here for Donna. Then I went back down, and after I reached back down, I got a letter from the police told me I've been accepted and I should come to the police school on the 16th of November 1960. So I sent in my discharge to the Shell, and I went. At the time, I wasn't married. I was still courting my wife.
Okay.
Beatrice.
But how you met Beatrice? Let's go into some personal things.
How
did you met Beatrice?
Okay. Being in Curacao, as I told you, I went down there in 1955. I started work. I went in the Shell, and then I joined. Before we joined the police, after I joined the police, I don't remember what year. 59? Yeah, 59 it was. That's the first time I met her. Oh, because Johannes, my brother, who's
Looking.
He
He's not really
said-
looking at you.
I know. He said to me one day, let's go down, where you call it, down there, Monteverde. He said, we have some family living down there. I want you to go meet them. I said, man, I ain't up to not to meet no family. He said, man, come let me go, man. So we went down, and I reached down there, and he introduced me to only the mother was there, because the father used to drive taxi. And then I saw this beautiful girl, and immediately my eyes got attracted to her. And
That was Monteverde you saw?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where she used to live.
At her home?
Yeah, at her
Okay.
home.
Okay.
And that's how it all started. My
Wow.
boy.
But how you...
And I'm here stuck.
And you
now.
spoke to her?
Yeah.
Or you
I
asked somebody to talk to her for you?
No. I spoke to her briefly. I wasn't afraid to talk to them. I was not afraid to talk to them. I mean, I just talked to her
To feel her out?
to talk to her and so on. Then afterwards I started.
But how old she was then when you spoke to her?
She was 2 years younger than I.
Okay.
I was 20 and she was 18 at the time.
Okay.
So anyway, and to make a long story short, after I joined, I was telling you about the police. So I went to the police and I went down by her father before because I didn't have a car. And I asked him to drop me by the police school because I didn't know where it was at the time. So I went down with my short, and when I reached there, he told me, that's the way you're going to apply for a job? I said, I have the job already, just going to the thing. He said, no, put on a tie, you have to look decent and nice. So I went back home, put on a tie, and we gone. Reached down there, the police school was not ready yet, so we had to do gardening. So look, digging up the garden with a hoe, because that's discipline they teach you in the police. With my necktie and everything on, people passing the street looking at us. So, I had to visit the police in 19...
Gardening? In the beginning of your police career?
I got police career.
Today?
No, you do this with these fellas, no, they quit and go back. Anyway.
Oh, Connie, your daughter Connie saying, you're looking good as always, Daddy.
Okay.
She's watching, I think she's in Netherlands.
She's in Holland.
She's in Holland, yeah.
She was down here.
Yeah, I saw her.
She was there.
For the
voting.
funeral.
She
Yeah.
came down for the voting.
Yeah. And also part of Jacobs, I think that's our family.
Oh, that's my...
That's Johannes for you, she's saying.
Yeah, that's my cousin.
Yeah, but Raphael,
half-
somebody's recording it. It's being recorded, Raphael, so don't worry. It's going to be put in a book. Just have some patience. We will be doing that. And that's the reason why we are doing all of these live broadcasts. I have here, told you about Paula already.
Yeah.
Maarten Arendelle said Major Brown sharing his life experiences. She's saying, write the book. Bless you, Major. She wanted to write a book. Martin Verwood said, hi, Major. 1980 baseball coach. So I think you coach him where? Oh, softball, 1980.
Yeah.
Lake, I think he's a police officer right now in Curacao.
Anthony what?
Anthony Lake. He used to live with Boy, them in Middle Region.
Yeah.
He said, well, a long time I ain't seen Major Brown. Nice to see you in good health. Keep up what you're doing. Hail up to you, Jeffrey. Hail up to you, Anthony. Officer Anthony Lake.
So many people are looking at this this program.
But they even thought, if Elise come back and said, you have a cracking up here. But anyway, let me continue because we have 1 hour and we want to try to finish this thing on time.
Okay.
Go back to your police school.
So
you did some gardening, and what happened after?
Yeah, afterwards we got into the class and so on, and I started studying because the way they explain you, the more you study, the better you could progress.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Yeah. But I'm a person that I could read something and
retain it?
Yeah, I could almost have like a photographic memory.
Yeah.
I could remember it, and by the time, maybe tomorrow I don't remember it no more. But for that time, I read it, and then I go into the examination. I could tell you everything what happened there.
Wow.
And that happened to me with the different examination. Open the book and read something.
Just before the exam?
Yeah. I saw something just before an exam. Open my book and saw it.
You had a good memory.
I said, I never see this thing before. Read it over. Went in, and to tell you what happened, no? We had to do a selection of an envelope. Envelope in the subject what you have to deal with is in that envelope. in the envelope I pull up, and that. I mean, how lucky how lucky people can be in examinations. Okay,
Exactly.
it isn't what you know; it's how you know it.
Exactly what you studied, you got. Yeah.
So anyway, I stayed. After graduating from the police school, I went to work in the. I worked in what you call it? Willem started in Punda.
In Bunda.
Yeah, we worked in Punda.
But in the police force. In
Yeah, in
Bunda.
the police force.
Yeah.
You know that?
Yeah, I know they got
our
different
police station in
stations.
Punda.
Yeah. I know.
Yes, I worked in Punda. Then,
How long? For how long?
Yeah. From 1961 till 63, 64.
Okay.
Yeah, 64, because then they wanted somebody at the traffic department who had knowledge in the vehicles, how the brakes work and all that kind of thing. So I went there and I had to pass a test to become an expert in diagnosing when you have an accident. You have to go back and check to see if the brakes work, if whatever was bad on the car. When a police taking the vehicle, you have to make up a report what it is, what is really wrong with it, and then that report goes with his process file, goes to the court, and the person get condemned for whatever wrong with it.
So you wrote up all the process for
I
that?
used to have to write up all those
Yeah.
things, those reports. That was my
Those
job
reports, yeah.
at the traffic department. Besides that, I used to have to go to traffic accidents also.
Okay.
And while working at the traffic department, naturally, I used to play. I played baseball.
In Curacao.
Yeah, I played
Okay,
baseball
okay.
with the police team, and we took them. Me and a guy named Maduro from Aruba was pitching. He used to pitch, and I used to pitch. We took the team to the Double A.
Wow.
Yeah, we played in Double A for a year. We won one game because at that time the police had a system. They don't believe in sports. I don't believe they took all the guys. They took Maduro, sent him back to Aruba. They took Romano, who was the catcher. They sent him to Sabre. They sent. They split up the whole team.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm one of the few that remained with the team. And you would believe that the one game we won, I pitched against Santa Rosa Indians, who came out jammed that year, and I beat them.
Wow.
That was one of the few losses they had. But then I got married in 1962, and after that, for some reason, I stopped playing baseball.
You stopped because you got married?
No, I stopped because of
Just
how they
asking.
split up the team. I didn't feel like
Yeah.
going to play with nobody else.
Okay.
How they mash up the team, I didn't feel like playing. I got married in
62.
62. And after being married for a year and a couple of months, my first daughter was born,
Yeah.
which is Mirukia.
Mirukia.
Yeah.
She's watching you right now.
She was born in 62.
I want to thank Mirukia because she set up this whole thing for me.
Oh, yeah?
I really want to, give her all, hey, thank you, Mirukia. It's a blessing having you around. You are a great, great, great person. Always love, interacting with you. And the reason why too? Because you were born the same day with my son, Jeffrey Richardson.
On the 28th of-
the 28th of October. So they both born on the same day.
Yeah.
The same day. So they both know each other very well. 'Cause my son worked with Mirukia a year or two and stuff. So thank you, Mirukia, for setting up this whole thing for me. I really appreciate it. Back to you, Major, because you are the one that we're talking about, not me.
That's okay. But I wanted to come to St. Maarten, and I put in a request. They refused me. So then I continue working with the police and so on. And in 1970 to 71, we had the course, not opleiding for hoofdagent.
Okay.
That's what they used to call the mayor.
Mayor. Okay.
And that's how, when I came to St. Maarten, I was a hoofdagent. And the
You came from Curacao,
yeah,
Hoofdagent.
yeah, the mayor, they call it. They've translated here into St. Maarten, call you major.
Oh, okay.
You understand?
Okay.
But actually, it's this Anspreek title is Major.
Who's
That's
Mayor?
the
Yeah, because I see Vanda Baker is saying, "Hi, Mayor, greetings." You know Vanda Baker?
yeah.
You used to work with she used to work with us
I used to work in
upstairs.
the government with the
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
But we know I know Bender from Curacao.
Oh, Vanda used to live in Curacao.
She carried the band Curacao.
Okay,
She used to
okay.
live in Orion
I wouldn't know
Strat.
where that. Okay. Leslie York also from the Harden is looking,
Leslie York?
viewing. Leslie York.
Used to be a police.
He used to be a police, yeah.
Yeah.
And Samara, your neighbor here, Samara Vanderpool.
Oh, and
She's saying, "God bless you." That's Romelia's daughter.
Yes. Those
Yeah,
my,
yeah.
Those my people.
Yeah. That's your people. Yeah, and also Dennis Rumley is saying respect for this man from Aruba. Dennis Rumley, I don't know is he from Aruba, but he said
He
heard
could
his
be.
story. Great sawbar picture of Dennis Rumley.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who Dennis Rumley is.
I know him.
They're in Shakira Zoo Webster. He is doing great. That's maybe one of your family again.
That's Zoe Webster.
So Webster.
My,
Yeah.
my granddaughter, man. That's Anushka's other daughter.
Oh, the Anushka. Okay, good.
She's in Atlanta.
Yeah. Okay, but she's saying he is doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jocelyn Myers, which is Tochi's sister, Jocelyn Myers, is saying, "God bless you, Major Brown."
Yeah.
I mean, I can't get a chance. Go ahead, Major. You're the man. Let me hear more from you. You're in the police force. You just got your first child, which is Mintra. Then what happened after that?
Then you had Anushka. She was born in '64.
Oh, Anushka born 64.
15th of December.
So Anushka born a year after.
She's the one child of mine that I was not at her birth.
You're not at the.
At her birth.
Oh, you're not at her birth.
No, because
So where
I
were
was-
you?
I was working.
Okay.
It is 15th of December now.
Oh yeah. That's Kingdom Day.
Kingdom Day.
Yeah.
15th of December.
Big thing in Curacao.
I had to walk. I had to go drive the wrecker truck
Okay.
to clear the road and all that kind of thing
Oh.
because I had big thing down on the riff with
Oh.
fireworks and
Riff
all that
Stadium.
kind of thing. Yeah. Big fireworks going down there.
But you wasn't thinking Anushka. Anushka.
No, I didn't expect she was coming at that time. Because when they called me later and told me she's born, I went up to look at her.
Okay, good.
And then along came the other one, the 11th of May.
Yeah.
You know what the 11th of May is? The 11th of May, Mr. Louis Brown was born.
Okay, that's your junior.
That's my junior. They call him junior, but he's actually not my junior because
He's not your junior?
my name is Rupert, not Louis. My first name is Rupert, my second name is Louis, and my third name is Leonel. After
See,
Bernard
you have
Scott.
3 names.
Yes. My third
Rupert.
name is Leonel after Bernard Scott.
Oh, so they name you after Bernard Scott. So your first name is
Leonel-
Rupert,
Yes.
and your second name is
Louis.
Lou-
L-O-U-I-S.
Louis,
Louis.
and then your second name
The third name is Leonel.
Leonel, and that was after the name you after.
That third name
Lionel
was given
Scott.
after Bernard Scott.
I mean Bernard.
The first name Rupert was given from my father's uncle,
Okay,
one the Rupert van Romans.
the Van Romans.
Yes.
Were your family?
Yes, my father he was offered a van Romans.
Okay.
Unfortunately, his father didn't acknowledge him neither because apparently he too was married.
Okay.
But anyway, and 66. Yeah, Junie was what? Junie was just a baby.
Judy born 11th of May 1966.
Yeah.
Okay.
In November the 6th, 96. Softball against an American battleship.
Wow. In Curacao.
Yeah, but when I went to work at 4 o'clock, they told me they had some cars down Barber that had to be tested. And the guys who had worked in the day said they didn't have no time to go down to test it. So I looked for a vehicle they didn't have, so I took the motorcycle with the sidecar,
Okay.
put all my tools and everything in it. I went down
So you
Barber.
rode motorcycle as well.
Yeah, I drive in front of Beatrice.
Oh, Queen Beatrice.
Yeah, no,
Wow.
when she was princess.
Oh, Princess Beatrice.
When she was queen, I drove the vehicle Sunday afternoon for her, the one without
You mean
the roof,
the convertible?
the convertible.
Wow.
I drove with her and what is his name? close.
When she was queen?
That time she was queen.
Wow. In Curacao or here in St. Maarten?
In Curacao.
In Curacao.
In Curacao. I drove. I used to drive motorcycle in front of all those dignitaries.
Wow.
People used to come from Suriname, those who come from Holland. I used to ride motorcycle in front of them.
Wow. Okay. And we have a Lavelle Wilson. He says, the one picture I still trying to put over the fence. Ha ha ha. Hey, my meneer. I don't know if you know Lavelle Wilson.
Yeah, no, I can't.
You know him?
I don't remember.
He said you're the one picture he's still trying to put over the fence.
Yeah.
It didn't happen yet. And Dennis Rumley said he heard your story about not wearing a gun. Is that true? You never wear a gun while you were police?
I would wear a gun when I had to go out in the evening time or something.
But not during the day?
Daytime, what would I be doing with a gun? They told me one thing. A gun could get you in trouble, it could get you out of trouble. But your mouth could keep you out of everything.
Okay, and who you learn that
talk
from?
yourself out of everything.
Who you learn that from?
From the police.
Okay.
I told you.
But why these guys are wearing guns, all day?
Well, okay, things are a little more dangerous than the. That's one. Number two, the guys nowadays do not intermingle with the
public.
With the public.
Yeah, okay.
You understand? They
Yeah,
become
yeah.
a police officer, and it seems that they think I'm not a citizen of this island anymore. No, you're going to remain a citizen of this island no matter what you become. Police officer is just another job.
Okay.
You're working by public works, you're working for the government.
Yeah.
You work with the police, you're working for the government.
Yeah.
You're collecting a salary to do your job, but you have to do it in a proper way.
You were well loved here in St. Maarten. Everybody loved you. I have here Dennis Rumley say, when you come to Aruba, me and Glenroy Brown, your family taking you out. Lime juice as you not on lime juice as you not drink. Like, as if you don't drink lime juice. I don't know. Dennis Rumley. He said
tell him
who's Glenroy Brown? That's your family?
That's my nephew.
Your nephew. He said that they take you out when you come to Aruba.
That's
so you gotta come.
That's what his name, Uncle. Bogarts. He teach Bogarts.
Bogart was here. Yeah. I remember he was here in St. Maarten. I did an interview with him. Glenroy. Yeah. I remember that. Very, very good.
Yeah.
And Rafa's kid saying, Major, trust me, you don't have to say much. Your actions of the things you did for all the young men, words can't even sum it up. It was nice to have a great day. Got to go. He said he got to go now, so he said it was great listening to you.
So yeah, I went to pick up the.
Let me hear you.
I went to fix these cars, to check the cars.
Yeah.
Now come back up, the motorcycle started to shimmy on the road. I was driving a little fast because I wanted to get to the ball game. You understand? It was starting to get late in the afternoon because I went to work for 4 o'clock and this was now 5:30 or something. And all of a sudden, this thing in the curve, it started to shimmy. And when I tried to pull it back, the whole thing lift up like this. So I said, what the heck, this thing will turn over. When I shift over here, try to cross the road because a car was coming down. But the car was so close, when I saw the car going to hit, I jumped out of the thing. I went up in the air to jump over it, pass. Well, I believe I must have passed over the car.
Wow. But you got hurt?
No. Passed over the car, knocked down a whole fence cactus, what we call doodle-doo here.
Yeah.
Got it to make fence over them in Curacao.
Yeah.
I knocked down about 25 meters of the women's body. And up in this lady yard, and no one forget the number of the house. 44. Ended up there, and when I looked down like this, I see my leg twist on the side.
Wow.
The bone protruding there.
Yeah.
The motorcycle broke.
The motorcycle.
Protruding out along there, boy.
Okay.
And when I land in the yard, these things will make Miss Blind out the way you call them. You look at you don't even remember that. Those kind of cactus we have here.
I know the cactus. They used to have something that you used to pick out of it. A poke, yeah.
No, not the one with the not a round,
not the one with the
barrel
red,
cactus,
the
not
red
barrel
thing.
cactus. A leaf cactus it is.
Leaf. Okay.
Hey, what the name again? Can't remember.
Some of them I remember.
Yeah.
On the live stream.
Yeah.
Those of you Thank you for connecting, making sure that you comment about our great legend, Major Brown, who we have here in. Yeah, for
Place our
see how kids we can.
Of
course, I know
But
Brenda.
that's my girl, boy.
Brenda's, that's our people. Yep. We're back on.
So after I broke my leg, I
Yeah.
ended up in the hospital
Okay.
for 1 month because they couldn't put it in a cast at the time.
St. Elizabeth.
Yes, St. Elizabeth. No, yes, St. Elizabeth.
Yeah.
They couldn't put it in a cast at the time, so I had to wait until the wound cure, then to put it in a cast.
Okay.
And then they put it in a cast from here, go down. And you know, in 1957, while playing basketball, I tore the meniscus of my knee. And they took out the meniscus, they never put back anything in it. So when they put on the cast on it, they twisted my knee on the side. That's why you see I walk with the knee like flapping.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah.
No, I noticed that from the time you
But
came
that's-
here.
Yeah.
You walk with on the side. I
Yeah,
noticed
because
that.
they put it in, they put my knee in wrong.
So you always had that walk
Yeah.
from the time you had an accident.
And when I was walking, when I started to walk back, Junior was start to walk too. And then he started to walk just like me, flapping his leg.
He started not that he got an accident.
No.
He started to imitate you.
He was start to imitate me. Why you think that's the way to walk, no?
Okay. That's very strange. I have Shurendi Martina as well. He's watching from viewing
Holland.
from Holland.
Yeah, that's Sylvia's son.
That's Sylvia's son. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, let us change up this whole thing because we talk a lot about this. I just come off. Okay, back on. I want to talk about St. Maarten Police Force. How was it?
In 1972.
And what made you came here to St. Maarten?
Good. They had a I had an advertisement in the police journal that they're looking for someone for the traffic department to organize the traffic department on St. Martin. So at that time, I wrote in my letter one time, and I was accepted. When I went to pick up my ticket, I saw the head commissioner of police, who I worked with at the traffic department, and he told me, but I said I wanted to make you head, what you call it, at the traffic department. But I know I'm going home. I said my mother is in St. Martin still. There's no one up there with her. I'm going home. You understand? So when I wrote, I came up in 72. I came up on the 28th of June 72. And I usually started up couldn't even start up a traffic department because we didn't have any personnel. I used to have to handle the accidents myself at the time. We had about 5 policemen working here.
Oh.
John Pierre Romo, Delanoy, and some other 2 other fellas or something. I used to have to go in to work night shift for them when they don't have nobody because that they have no personnel to work. Now they got 200 and something and they don't have enough. But
so you 5 was the one that took care of the whole Dutch side of St.
5 of us would get a whole
5 of you
Dutch side.
alone?
Yeah, 5. Okay, we had 3 by the detective department, but they were not part of the police division. No, they would had their own jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
You understand?
So the ones that were going out, let's say, patrolling was only 5 persons.
One person would go and patrol by himself in those days.
Wow.
Because at that time, by the immigration, we had Maarten and Mr. Van Putten.
Okay.
Valerie father. They were working at the immigration.
Valerie Gietersen Pantaplat father?
No. Valerie Van Putten.
Okay. Good. Dwayne Van Putten's father.
Dwayne Van Putten's father.
Okay, good.
Well, he was working at the immigration along with Grisha's grandfather.
Martin.
Yeah,
He was also, okay.
Those 2 were working at the immigration at the time.
Okay.
At the way they called it, I think it was Apong and 2 other people working at the detective.
So Apong was also a police officer?
Apong?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody joins as a police officer. You don't join the police as no way called
No, I know, but I saw him on a picture with you, and I was thinking, hey, I can't remember. Now I think he was a police officer.
When I came here, we used to work in the same little office there, him and I.
Oh, Leslie is saying when you came to, you had Myers and Toddy. Were they one of the 5?
Yeah, but Myers and Toddy were part of the immigration.
Oh, the part of immigration. Okay.
No, Myers was over the surveillance department.
So, okay, good.
And Toddy and Jim were over the immigration along with Charlie Jacobs.
Jim Richardson.
Yeah, Jim Richardson, Charlie Jacobs.
Yeah.
And Toddy too were working there at the time.
Yeah. And that was immigration.
That was immigration.
Okay.
So we had more policemen, you know, not only the 5.
Yeah.
We had more, but they were specialized by that division or something.
Exactly.
They were not working in that way.
Yeah, Janice Butte, one of your neighbors, is saying, Minnie, you were the father figure for Kay, and I agree with her 100%. Yeah, going back to the police force in St. Maarten.
Yeah. So then that was in 72 I came up. And then I went back down in July, pick up my family, and I came up to St. Maarten to live.
So your family stayed in Curacao when you came to St. Maarten?
We don't have no place for them yet.
Okay. And how long did they stay in Curacao?
1 month I told you. Within a month I went down to pick up my family, came over there.
Okay.
So I stayed, when I came up, I'm moving by my mother until my sister's house across here had finished.
Yeah, okay.
And then I went to live in that.
Okay.
I left from Curacao in a 3-bedroom house, paying $45 a month.
3-bedroom paying what?
$45 a month. We work in the Brandweer Center.
The people that are listening, look, Major Brown just said he was living in a house in Curacao, a 3-bedroom house.
Yes.
Paying
with washroom.
$45 a month. You hear that clearly?
A 3-bedroom house with
washroom. 3-bedroom house and washroom, paying $45 a house. Where can you get that today?
Not in Curacao for sure.
Not St. Maarten, definitely.
So, but the reason we were paying such a low thing because we were in the fire department thing. Yeah. We had to go to fires and all that kind of thing. If a fire, I used to go out drive the fire truck. In Curacao.
In Curacao?
In Curacao, I used to drive the fire truck. Wow. Because I was living in the center and I had all the licenses for every vehicle. So I used to drive. I used to one of the first fellas reached by the fire truck.
Wow.
I was used to live close to it because.
So you have a big history in Curacao.
Oh yeah, the people remember me in Curacao very good.
Wow. Wow. I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
You are.
I was known as the police English.
No, you're very well known. Very well known. Yeah, we come back to St. Maarten. You said you came in, you met 5 people, 5 patrol officers.
Yeah, 5 patrol officers.
And then, how did it go? How did you adjust coming from Curacao to St. Maarten?
I came home.
There you go home, but but you live a long time in Curacao. How
17 years. Not a long time.
But you remember the people that live here?
But you forget that I used to be home almost every year. I used to come to St. Maarten almost every year because St. Maarten there is no other place on earth like St. Maarten. I don't care what you hear people come here and say about St. Maarten is nice and St. Maarten is this. They don't know what St. Maarten is. They don't even know how St. Maarten used to be. You know, in old time they had a saying that a rainy day is a hungry day.
Yeah.
You know why? We used to have to cook on coal pot, not coal pot, on firewood outside.
When you came back from Curacao, you were doing that still?
When I came back from Curacao, I met my mother with a fridge, a kerosene fridge. They had no electricity all over the area.
But I heard from my mother that they used to take off the electricity or put it on in the night.
When I grew up here, they used to put on electricity at 6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock?
And turn it off at 11 at night.
That's what I heard.
Yes.
Yeah. Chrissy Lake is saying, Major Brown, hi. Rashida Aaron is saying, hey, Daddy. Janetta Richardson is saying, you came to stay by Miss Ila. You remember Miss Ila? I don't know who's...
Miss Ila was my mother.
Oh, Miss Ila's your mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Everybody knows Miss Ila.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Imagine when I...
Let me know just... Anushka just came on as a viewer. Good afternoon to you. We're here in Kale, right by your farm home. Anushka, your daughter.
Oh, daughter Anushka.
Yeah, Anushka Brown. She said, "Hey, Daddy, how you doing?" We're here talking about the police force, how it was back then in St. Maarten. So I'm gonna give you back the floor, Major. The floor is yours again.
Yeah, but, so we were actually talking about then when I came to St. Martin, actually I started playing baseball again.
Okay.
My first game I played with the Dodgers. I
Yeah.
pitched against that team with the ATN Arts and them GNB from Marigot,
Okay.
and they beat me 3-2.
Wow.
Way them hit me a home run. I never forget him.
Who's that?
Rumley, the school teacher.
Rumley, not Alvin Rumley?
Alvin.
Okay, yeah.
Alvin used to play second base
Yeah, yeah.
for them. Alvin hit me a home run with 2 men on,
Yeah.
and we lost 3-2. That's my first game I pitched here.
Yeah.
And that's how I came into baseball. And afterwards, I had my own team. I played with the Lions. Then I picked up my own team and all kind of things.
Yeah.
I was involved.
But
in.
you also involved with Concord?
I wanted to play softball, but the guys said no, that's a girls' game. They don't want to play. Nowadays, you can't stop them from playing it.
Yeah,
they don't want. Nobody wants to see baseball. They want to play softball all the time.
Yeah, yeah. But you ever play with the team Concord? Concord Hotel?
When I came here, they were not Concord anymore. They were just the Colsac team or something.
Yeah, because I remember
the name
Calvin
Lions.
Brooks used to play with them.
Yeah, I gave them the name Lions.
Oh, you changed it to Lions?
Yeah, I changed it to
Remember,
Lions because Concord wasn't sponsoring them anymore. Why
Oh,
them
yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
sponsoring them? Why them? Albert. He had
Albert
the-
Fleming?
Yeah, Albert had the way call it down. But he had the place down the construction thing down KB there. You forget?
No, I
Albert.
oh, yeah, yeah. He had the island material or something like
Oil
that.
materials.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Well, he's
Yeah,
my,
because we used to purchase
yeah,
lumber down there.
he sponsored the Lions for
Yeah.
years.
And a good friend of mine, her father used to work there. Janice, Hanley? I forgot his name. Hanson. Mr. Hanson used to work there.
Yeah, yeah.
From the French side, yeah.
That's right.
I remember that very, very good. Mincho just came on and said, Jeffrey, please let everyone know that he has a Facebook account. I didn't even know that. Rupert Brown. I didn't know you were into Facebook, Major.
Oh, well, my
Who put that together for you?
my friend.
Oh, your friend?
Yeah, he put it together for me.
Yeah.
Till people start criticizing it, saying they can't be on Facebook and all kind of nonsense, as if I can't talk anymore.
Now you're talking very well. Bella Rumley also said, hey, Major, Joel Rumley and ICU. Remember Joel for Ernie? Ernie?
Yeah. Oh, you may have know Joel.
Of course, you got to know Joel.
Me and Joel pitch our teams to championships playing softball.
Oh, softball.
Yeah.
Okay,
Me and
good.
Joel used to pitch together playing softball. We nobody going to beat us.
Okay. All right. And they're talking about, wow, they didn't know you had a Facebook page. I said, didn't even know that. That's news for me, Major.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start sending you things from now on. So you're going to have trouble.
Yeah, they read it for me. They usually read it for me.
Okay, but you have your raffle the same Milk, Jobe, Thomas,
Yeah,
Cappy, and Joe Richardson. They used to play with Lions as well.
Cappy never used to play with us. Joe, yes. Yeah, Joe used to play with
Joe Richardson?
Yeah,
Joe for so?
Yeah, Joe's playing second base and
For Lions.
Yeah, and Lloyd Rouget from Kentucky
Okay,
was playing right field,
Yeah.
and I was pitching.
Yeah, and he also says Sheffield Busby as well.
Sheffield Buzzer used
Sheffield?
to play for Concord.
Okay. And what about also the gentleman, Dollison?
When he used to play for them, when I started playing for them, he had went Holland to study.
To study. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, good.
So he had a pop fly in right field, Joe going for it, and Roger going for it. And the two of them
Collide.
Somehow
They got hurt?
Joe knee hit Roger here under the cheek.
Under the cheek. Okay.
Roger stayed in the hospital unconscious for about 5 days.
Wow.
That's it.
Unconscious.
Unconscious. For 5
Roger
days.
that used to be over Kentucky?
Yeah. We named too when my call used to play this team from Belgium from Colby. He used to play for Chicago. You remember Gaston Bell?
I know Gaston. They used to play Banco Popular.
Gaston nearly killed what name?
Henry Thomas.
Henry Thomas.
Yeah, I remember that. I was there. I saw that incident. I was
I
looking at
tell
the
you.
game.
Yeah, man.
Chrissy Lake is saying the major, now my uncle Sonny Boy from Son worked at the post office.
I know
Was a
somebody by the
boxer
way.
once.
A boxer wants to remain a boxer.
You was a boxer already?
Who-
Major?
no, me no. My brother is a boxer, not me.
Oh, okay.
I never believe in.
So you never boxed?
No. I
Okay.
used to go box in the gym with him.
So Sonny Boy was a boxer then?
Sonny Boy was a boxer.
And he worked at post office?
Yeah. You don't remember Sonny Boy?
Come on, Sonny Boy. Sonny Boy. Tall guy?
No, short guy, man. Sonny Boy.
Oh, I know Sonny Boy. You Redskin?
Yes.
Yeah, of course I know Sonny Boy. Yeah, I know Sonny Boy very good.
Sonny Boy, he got a place up in the.
I know Sonny Boy.
Yeah, he's one cold.
No, I know Sonny Boy. I know Sonny Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about, I remember you came with a team called Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me something about that team.
Okay. You know, when we finished with Little League, because we had Little League Junior.
But let's reverse a little bit. You first, how did you get involved with the league? Because I remember in the 70s we started the league tournaments.
Well,
Yeah, how you
I
started
used to, wherever I see them, I used to pick them up, we go play ball. We used to go play all about against other teams. And one day, Erwin Richardson,
That's Baco?
Mr. Baco,
Mr. Baco.
saw me and he asked me if I wanted to join the Little League. He told me that, like, I know we went to meetings, we kept meetings thing, and then I decided to commune with my teams. At that time, when we formed it, I had two teams to deal with. I had the Indian Merchants and
Maduro.
and Maduro Traveler.
Yeah. So you was not in the borders yet of the.
No, I was not on the board.
You
of
just
the
had two
league.
teams
I just had
that
two
played in
teams.
the competition.
I stayed in the board. I was the first manager that went over the Little League team in 1978.
Oh yeah.
And then I went again in Maracaibo.
We all went to when you went to. Who are you with when you went to Aruba?
To Aruba.
Yeah, because
Well,
I remember the first time.
I had Raphael Skeet.
Yeah, the mate.
Gal Patterson.
Gal. Glenn?
Glenn. That
The-
boy from Kehilia, Richardson.
Yeah.
Alex Richardson.
Ernie Rumley.
Oni Rumley. I don't know if Oni went the first time.
Okay.
I don't remember if Oni went. I know
But you had Louis Patrick.
Louis Patrick. No, those two went.
The next year in Puerto Rico.
They went Puerto
To
Rico,
Puerto Rico.
with me. He and Oni. Oni pitched the only game we won over there when we beat Aruba,
Okay.
and we lost the other game to.
But you went to Puerto Rico as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
To Caguas, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And we lost the last game to Curacao 2-1.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Louis
Junior-
Patrick
Joni was catching.
Junior was catching it.
Yeah, and he called Glenn for a curveball. And you know Glenn curveball used to break. Last minute, whoop. So he down there sitting down waiting on his curveball. Glenn decided to throw a fastball. By the time he do so, she hit in the back. And by the time he recovered, the fella from third base came home and beat us.
Wow.
The game was tied 1-1.
Wow. And what about the governor? The governor was.
No, when we went to
also- Aruba.
Tom too was part of the team.
Yeah.
But you knew him as Eugene.
No, we knew him. No, we knew him as
Eugene
Tom.
Holiday.
We knew him as Tom. But
We knew him as Tom.
exactly, but his name is not Eugene. Oh,
Yeah.
Clemmy also went the first year with you to Aruba,
And
or was it the second year?
Camille went to Aruba with us too, I believe. No, you know who went to Aruba with us? The boy from Cape there, Marsham, them brother.
Oh, Charles.
Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Because Charles took in sick down there.
Oh yeah.
His appendix.
Yeah.
Appendix burst in him.
Yeah.
I had to jump the fence, call the ambulance, they rushed him to the hospital. They operated immediately to save his life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was
Rashida K. Aaron is saying you have a memory like an elephant. Yeah. You know who Rashida Aaron?
that's my granddaughter, man. That means your daughter.
What I mean, your daughter.
Yeah.
Okay. And you have Clemmy. You said Clemmy also traveled with you guys. Yeah, and I remember I went to Maracaibo with you. I never forgot that. We went with I remember this guy from Colby. I never forgot him. He was brother, I think the Vanderpool brothers.
You with us when we traveled the ferry?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I remember when you traveled the ferry
Yeah.
and you lost my passport.
Me?
Yeah.
No,
You
no,
said
no,
you
no.
can't find it.
No. Bailey them used to have the passport.
Bailey them. Yeah.
We never secured no passport.
I was saying, no, I gotta get on this ferry, boy.
Yeah. Because remember we went from here, Curacao.
Yeah.
We stayed by my mother-in-law,
Yeah.
them, some of us.
And then we went to Aruba after.
Then we went by Aruba.
Yeah,
And
but
then
Aruba we took the ship.
We stayed by them.
Johannes? No, we stayed by your brother in Curacao.
Some was stayed by my brother, some stayed by my mother-in-law.
Okay.
In Aruba, we stayed by this man. He used to be over the carnival too.
Okay. And we had to walk
and then from his house we walked.
We walked straight to the white
to the ferry.
To the ferry.
when we went over the whole night, 8 o'clock in the morning, we reached Maracaibo.
I remember that.
We get on a bus and we reached Punta Fico.
Punta Fico.
And we had to go drive to go Maracaibo.
Yeah.
8 hours driving.
Yeah. I remember that clear.
We reached there 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they told us they didn't have any water in the school, so we couldn't bathe. We had to change uniform and go on the field. And reach on the field, they pick us the first team to play. St. Croix beat us 3-2.
3-2.
Yeah.
It was a great game, man.
I'm telling you.
And the same Glenn Patterson.
Same Glenn again.
I remember I was playing left field and Glenn hit the guy hit a home run off of Glenn. Because Glenn eased up on him. I remember that very good.
Yeah.
They were good old days, boy.
Yeah. And we lost the other game with
in Puerto Rico.
No, Tony was pitching. Bull was pitching.
Against Puerto Rico.
Not Bull. Calix was pitching.
Oh yeah, Calix.
Calix was big.
Calix.
Big. What we used to call him again? Casablanca.
Yeah.
Well, Calix was pitching, and at a certain time he walked 2 fellas.
Yeah.
So I decided to change him and bring him Bull to pitch.
Yeah.
They had a fly ball in left field, and what he say he lost it in the sun.
Yeah.
I
remember that.
What about him?
Ailey.
No.
Not Ailey.
No.
Harley.
The fella born the 14th of he born the 14th of December. He family the Ella them man. Big strap.
Oh, you mean Ramvis?
Ramfis. Ramfis said he lost the ball in the sun.
they were good times.
We ended up losing the game.
Damn, man, they were good times. Now going back to, you did Little League. You traveled only with the senior league, not the Little League.
No, I never traveled the senior.
The Little League.
The Little League.
Okay.
I went to travel with seniors.
Seniors.
Yeah.
Okay. And then from there I remember after the seniors, you made the Eagles. How did you go into start Eagles?
Okay, when we finished with the Little League, the children were at an age that you don't want to carry them up to AA one time. So we formed like a class, and we pick out fellows who wanted to play. We made the team Eagles. We came out champs in the A class.
Okay.
And with that team, we went to the AA. We came out sub-champs.
Yeah.
And to
Skid used to play with us.
Raphael Skid used to play with us.
Yeah.
When I called him to get my team together for the next year, these 4 fellows told me.
Who was the 4 guys that left? It went to Kiel.
Camille Gibbs, Orny Romley, Raphael Skid, and who the other one was. Anyway, my nephew Rohan.
Oh, Rohan. Tony Rohan.
Yes, Tony Rohan. Some of my 4 main players.
Yeah, I remember that.
They decided they're going to play with Cahill.
But you remember Brian King? He was a very good player as well.
Yeah.
A great pitcher.
Brian.
I remember when they came with a team from Aruba here to St. Maarten to play. I don't know if you remember that. We played up at the Hope Estate.
Yeah.
Remember those games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brian King.
Yeah. Oh, Chrissy Lake is also saying Lamini was also a police officer.
George Lamini.
Oh, John Lamini.
George.
Yeah, George Lamini.
I
know him very well.
Yeah.
He lives up Point Blanche.
Yeah. Well, we used to live neighbors in Curacao. And
George?
George, Joel Bryson, myself, and the 3 of us used to play ballot. So we taught some Curacao fellas to play ballot, so we could play ballot. We used to play ballot sometimes till all 4 o'clock in the morning.
What?
On my porch for fun.
Wow.
And then you get up, go walk in the morning,
At 8 o'clock?
At which 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, you have to go walk. But coming back to St. Martin, after we started out with the League of Hope Estate.
Yeah.
Then we moved from there to Cahill, where the hospital is built now. We went there in 80 to 81. Then 82 we moved to up on the dump or the landfill, whatever you want to call it.
Landfill, yeah.
And we fixed up that field over there.
Yeah.
And 82 we kept our first international tournament.
Yeah.
With the
I remember that. Yeah. The Latin American Championship.
The Latin American Championship.
Yeah.
Brought in teams from St. Croix and all.
Yeah. Panama.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico.
Panama, Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Aruba.
Yeah. And then in 1987 we rebuilt the park over concrete. And we brought in, and at that time, Venezuela too wanted the tournament.
Okay.
And they came here, look at the field, and they went Puerto Rico by the district administrator. I forget what his name, and they told yes, that Maarten is not ready. Give them the tournament.
Give Venezuela the tournament.
Yeah, and the man called Baco, and Baco told him, no, we're going to be ready. So he himself came over. When he looked at the field, he said, Mr. Richardson, yes, sure you're going to be ready? Baco told him, yes, we're going to be ready. Well, let me tell you something. When we started to do that park, Raul, no? 4 o'clock in the morning, we used to be up on that field.
Wow.
Raul with his equipment.
Wow.
He leveled in the field.
Wow.
And we used to stop here by the well. The
Wow.
well right there by the bus stop across from Kentucky.
Yeah, okay.
You remember that?
Sure,
well there?
and we used to live. Henry Thomas used to live there at a given point.
Well, we used to take
Yeah,
water
yeah.
from that well there
To do what?
To go wet the field.
Wow.
Because we try and get grass grow.
So that field there
That
on Pond
field,
Island?
Yes, 87 we built that field. When the Venezuelan came here to play and he saw the field, he tell Baco, he said, not even Venezuela, he said, we couldn't do this. He said, this is impossible.
No, St. Martin is one of a kind.
And that year, Aruba came out champ.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know how many
Yeah.
errors had on that field? 1 error. For all the teams that played there, 1 error had 1 field in error. That field was so good, well fixed.
Wow.
And up to today, if you look at it, the Little League organization has been the only organization on St. Martin to build their own field. None of the others have. All depend on government to do this, government to do that.
So the league built their own field out of their own money? You're telling me that?
No. we
Without the
didn't
help
build
of government?
We didn't build out our own money.
Okay.
We built our money from the community.
Or out of the community?
We started to build that field. You remember we used to bring in Coney Islands?
Exactly.
Well, we
Yeah.
had 1 year we brought in Coney Island, we make $45,000.
Wow.
And we started on the field. Then I went by Richard Gibson
Okay.
and I spoke to him. Richard Gibson gave us a check for $10,000.
Wow.
I went by Mr. Spadaro. He gave us a check for $10,000. I went by Mr. Wati, Claude. Claude said, I have 50,000 guilders here. He said that somebody gave him for something or the other, when he come laureate or something. He said, I could have that money. He gave us a 50,000.
Wow.
And that's how we build that field.
Wow.
Okay? Fundraising and all that kind of thing. Because we used to keep barbecues and all kind of thing. Now, I don't know if they do that anymore. But that's the way we build that field up there. Through community efforts.
Community efforts.
Yeah, but the community has to have the people that they're going to believe in. They need people who they believe
they
in.
trust.
Who
they trust.
Who they could trust with their money.
But Major, what would you say is the difference between the baseball then and the league then and the league today? What would you say is the difference?
The input of volunteers. Because Little League is a volunteer situation. You can't afford to pay people to do it.
Okay.
And you have to get people who have the love for children, want to see them progress into something. Most people think you have to be a professional player. You just have to be there to have discipline, teach children what. You could read a book and you could teach your children things. I was not any kind of professional. But
how you learn the sport? Just by playing it?
Just by playing it. And one thing I did, I used to have the rule book in my head.
Okay.
I knew the rules out of my head completely. And I would look at, books they show you, positions, players, and all that kind of thing. That's how I learned it, but I was no professional. But the children at those days were willing and they wanted to play. Nowadays, everybody wanted to become
how would
Michael
you
Jordan.
compare the children of those days and the children of today?
I'm not dealing with the children of today, so I can't tell you how they
Oh,
are.
okay.
But I understand that discipline is lacking. And the persons who are there to give them who should be there to give them the discipline are not very disciplined themselves. But I understand the board of the Little League is trying to do the best they can.
Yeah, of course.
But they need volunteers to help them.
Exactly. Gansley Balboa is saying Little League also had a booth in the village for fundraising.
That's right.
That is
we used
true.
to have booths in the village
for
every
fundraising.
year. We used to build up our booth in the village.
Okay.
We used to stay there till 4 o'clock in the morning. To have to go to
Raise
work
funds.
Yes.
Okay.
Man, Baco had the best seasoned chicken they had going around, man.
Wow. Wow. I could imagine. I could
Yeah.
imagine. So you guys really used to work.
Well,
And
that's why I
everybody was on a volunteer basis.
That's
Nobody
right.
was being paid.
paid with what? When we brought in the teams, that's what we used to get from government. When we brought in the teams, we would get a school. One year we brought in the teams, and from Puerto Rico, they sent us 300 cots so we could house the children
In schools.
in the schools. That's where we used to put up the children. Mrs. Bailey used to get up every day to go cook in the school for
That's
them.
Camille Bailey's
Camille
wife?
Bailey wife.
Okay.
She used to be like the mother over them.
Okay.
They have a guy, he lives up Madam Estate. I can't remember his name. That man volunteered to come cook for us every day. He used to work Mullet Bay as a cook. He used to come out cook the food for the children every day up in those schools. And St. Martin's a small place. In other countries over there, you get delegates when you reach. These people have to take you here, take you there. We didn't have to take anybody anywhere. We got with the car rentals, talked to them. They would give each delegation a car. All they had to do was pay the insurance. The delegates would get a car, they could drive wherever they want, come to the game when they want, and all this kind of thing. So all that used to contribute to we having a better relationship with the people. You remember these people, every year they used to call us, ask us, when I keep another tournament.
Wow.
Yeah. But then I think the last tournament we had kept was in 90-something. Can't remember what date it was. But I know in 95 the hurricane knocked down our light poles. But by 2 months after,
That was
our light,
after Hurricane Lewis.
yeah.
After,
3 months after, our poles were back up.
wow.
Because that
Fundraising
was-
again?
You know who were behind that at that time?
No.
From Greeken,
Van Grieken.
Louis Waver.
Louis
You know Louis Waver?
Sure, of course.
Well,
Louis Waver.
Van Grieken,
He
all
is
those-
looking now at this program.
yeah,
We
all
will
those
eat him
people are people who contributed to the Little League. Van Grieken is the one he used to almost pay for all the light bulbs and everything up there.
What about Mate? Remember Mate?
Made them used to play softball with us. I mean, Little League.
No, I mean Mate Faro, the one with he
Smoke
had
and
a
booze?
smoke and booze. Yeah,
Smoke and booze. Yeah. Okay, they would contribute drinks and all that kind of things sometime, you know. But like when we have a big fundraising effort and we had to buy beer, we would go by food center.
Okay.
At that time it used to be food center. We pay for 75 cases of beer, we get 100.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that the thing that really made it happen was volunteers.
Volunteers.
But you got to like children to be able to do that
That's right. You have to
without being paid for it.
yes. And you have to understand children.
You have to understand children. But how was the children? I mean, I don't know when's the last time you dealt with the Little League major? When was the last time? I remember when we went to Venezuela, we had Louis Richardson, which is pork chop. He went along with us.
He was a manager.
Yeah, he was a tough guy.
Yeah, but because
He was a tough guy.
Workshop could do what he does, drink or whatever, no? But when it comes to baseball, that boy had a lot of knowledge.
No, yeah, and I remember you were more the cool, calm person. We used to like to come to you because you were calmer, and Pochop was the tough guy. He used to give us some trouble.
Anel Brown too. Anel Brown too
Yeah,
went with team.
yeah.
We then went with team, so this fellow, wait name again.
Which one? Prisha Matilda?
Prisha Matilda.
Yeah, Prisha Matilda.
Plus the one used to walk by the what you call department.
Yeah. But all of those coaches that we had in those days, they were coaches that weren't paid to do that though.
No, they were
all volunteers.
That's right. With the Colby team had their volunteers.
Yeah.
The people, this is my district, I taking care of it. The Middle Region team. Fellas from Middle Region used to take care of it.
Raulito, LH.
Raulito.
He used to be the deceased.
Yeah.
He used to be in charge of LH and Sons.
That's right.
Yeah. Herman van Henigen also was the one that traveled with y'all to Aruba.
Yes, he traveled us to Aruba too.
Yeah, exactly.
Herman.
He was very fast.
Yes.
He was very fast in those days.
Herman van Henigen.
Yeah. We brought it on to the last of our interview. We have
for now, yes.
5-10 minutes to go, and then we're going to stop. But I want to ask you a couple more questions, and then we're done for the day. What made you love children so much? What make you give back to the children, and what did you get from that? By the way, you gave back.
No, I didn't go with any expedition get back anything. I love to see children progress in anything.
Anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
My children.
Because Rafa's kid is saying, Major, you respected us, so that way we respected you.
That's right.
You know, you gave respect to the children, the young people, and they in turn respected you.
That's right. Because if you show respect, you get respect. And that's the point of it. I never would go to those children and tell them, listen, I'm a police officer. You got to listen to what I say.
Exactly.
I want you to listen to me because I'm telling you, this is what we should do for us to win.
Okay.
Not because I'm a police officer.
Exactly.
My children used to come home with their homework.
Yeah.
They come ask me to help them.
To help them.
I said, let me help them with their homework. I never went AWO and all that kind of thing. But when I do the homework, sometimes they tell me, yeah, but the teacher said you have to do it some other way. I say, well, I don't know how the teacher say you have to do it, no, but that's the correct answer. So when you get back with the teacher, you explain him, but that's the way it comes out, and that's the correct answer.
Yeah, of course. I mean, my son used to do the same thing with me.
Yeah.
You know, the most important thing is that the answer comes out correct.
That's right.
You know, yeah. So, and because we got it differently. We used to go to St. Joseph School, and we had a lot of nuns that used to teach us. In those days, St. Joseph School was full of nuns.
Yeah.
And they were the ones that used to be the teachers in those days.
Yeah, the good teachers too.
Yeah, very good teachers. And they used to have you very disciplined. Who would you say, I want to call some names, and I don't like to call names because names get you in trouble.
Yeah.
Who would you say? Yeah, because if you forget somebody, people going to say, yeah, but what about this one, and that one, and the other one? Who would you say would be the people that, you know, made the most impact on the young people when it comes to baseball, and in particular, the league, senior league?
Who would have made the most
the
impact?
person that make a big impression or impact to the youngsters back in the days.
You remember that Mr. Richardson, Baco, had one leg because of an accident he had had.
Yep.
And he used to go out there with the children to train them. And he used to hit balls with them. He would stand up and tell them, throw the ball to him, he'll bat it back to them. And he would bat that ball so perfect in this position, that have them run all over the field. You know what the fellas told him one day? Mr. Baco, well, thank God you only got one leg out of you'll kill us.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. No, but he was one that believed in the children. That's one thing.
He believed. So if you would call one person that really put everything into the kids, you would call that person, you would say Baco would be that person.
Baco, Edwin
Richardson?
Edwin Baco Richardson.
But what about Lewis Brown? Lewis Major Brown.
Lewis Brown?
Yeah. you know that gentleman, Lewis Brown?
No, when I look,
everybody loves so much.
When Lewis Brown looked back at his involvement with the Little League, I had two teams, the seniors and the Little League. The Little League, I trained them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The senior, I trained them Tuesday and Thursday. Saturday and Sunday, we had game. What time I had to be home?
I have that question with that.
So
what time you have for yourself and for your family? That's my question to you.
Because my family used to be on the field with me.
Oh, okay. So they should join you on the field.
That's right.
So that made a difference.
That made a difference.
I got you.
If you don't remember, I told Anuska used to be with me.
Okay. I remember that, yeah, Anuska.
Well.
But what about Mincha? She wasn't a baseball lover.
No, she used to play softball.
Oh, softball.
Mincha was into volleyball, softball.
Yeah. No, talking about Mincha and Anuska, I remember there was a year that they became
Miss Teenage.
Miss Teenage. How was that?
Anuska became Miss Teenage,
Miss Teenage?
in 78.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70 or 78 or 77. So
Mincha was
she was first.
Yeah. Mincha came Miss Teenage first.
She was Miss Teenage in 77.
Well, 77. Okay, good.
Yes.
And then when she traveled to?
But she went to Curacao, but she came out toward a second in the way I call it. Then Anuska became Miss Teenage in 78.
The following year.
And she became Miss Teenage Antilles in Bonaire.
In Bonaire.
Yeah,
I remember that.
She beat Aruba, Curacao, all of them.
Yeah. I
She
remember
came out Miss Antilles. And then in 79, she went to what you call it, with her mother.
79?
Yeah. Her mother and Ricky, they went to Santo Domingo for the Miss Panam, Miss Teenage something, Panamanian Teenage.
Panamanian Teenage.
Something like that.
But that was to represent St. Maarten?
Yes. And a big hurricane came. You remember where there was David or one of them? In the hotel where they were staying on the Malicom?
Somebody said, Evelise Weber chance is saying, Anya, the year was 1979, August 4th.
Get what?
I do not. That was the year that she went to Miss Teenage in San Domingo?
No, somewhere around there. No, that's
the year she went Bonaire.
That's the one in Bonaire.
79, August 4th. Okay.
Yeah, okay, it was 79 then. Yeah, it was.
Okay. I'm getting a lot of information from Beatrice.
Which one? Me?
Your sister died the same day that Anuska became Miss Teenage Antilles?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought she had died 78, you know. That was 78. Because 79 was a hurricane.
79 was Hurricane Frederick.
Yes, because she came out in 78. And in 79 she went to this other one as Miss Teenage Antilles. She went to represent the Antilles in Santo Domingo. And a hurricane hit them.
Yeah, watch him say, Miss Teenage Panamericano was in 1979.
That's right.
That was Evelise Weber chance is saying.
Well, that's what they tell us.
Yeah.
There she went, and the hurricane hit them while they were in the hotel.
Well, who's Evelise Weber chance?
My niece.
Oh, your niece. Okay.
Yeah.
And where she lives?
She lives in Germany now with her husband.
In Germany? Oh, she's looking from Germany.
Yeah, she's looking from Germany.
Okay.
My sister's her mother.
Oh no, but they're saying she didn't represent St. Maarten. She represent actually the Antilles.
Yeah. The Antilles she was representing at the time. Okay. And she went to Santo Domingo, and the hurricane hit them in the hotel. The waves were coming in through the third floor.
But did she get to participate in the competition?
No.
Or they canceled it?
I think they canceled it or something. Yeah, Beatrice? They canceled the tournament. They had to cancel it. Yeah.
Right. Was the one that they were afraid of. Everybody was afraid of you because Mr. Brown was the one we was afraid of. She would hardly smile.
Who's
I don't know which one. She said somebody would hardly smile.
Oh, Betty, so hardly was one of them. Yeah.
Oh, maybe Mrs. Brown.
Yeah.
Was one of you afraid? Okay, good. She said Mrs. Brown we were afraid of. She would hardly smile.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you know, as a matter of fact, I got
Yeah.
what, this year,
And she used to move around with you all over.
my wife,
Yeah.
when she feel like. We
Simon Carty. You remember Simon Carty?
got- oh, you mean?
He telling me, please take care of this man. I said, Maarten, he's an icon in my eyes. That's Simon. I think his father named Simon Carty too.
Yeah, his
He
father.
used to work at
named
Lance
Simon.
Radio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
his
yeah.
father used to work on the radio. His brother to way name no,
Which one?
to Stephen.
Oh, yeah, Stephen. Oh, that's true.
That's Stephen.
Stephen was a great baseball player as well.
Yeah, from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
league I had Stephen.
But he also traveled playing Little League baseball,
he
Stephen.
traveled in the junior division for sure.
The junior division.
Yes, because he went to Puerto Rico. He used to play with what a team had name from up not DV Little Bit, the other one from up Saunders. That fella there, Martina was their coach.
Martina for GB?
GB, yeah.
Yeah.
He used to coach him.
I remember that. Okay, we spoke about growing up as a young boy here in St. Maarten. When you went to Aruba to go to school, we talked about come back here. I mean, being able to, dealing with all those hurricanes. We spoke about you going back to Curacao for school and then working at Shell. Then we spoke about you going into the police school and being accepted. Then coming back to St. Maarten, having an experience in St. Maarten, with the St. Maarten police station or police association. And then we talk about baseball, league, we talk about A class, and we talk about double A and stuff like that. Now I'm going to ask you one more question, and then we're going to take it from there and we're going to close off.
Good.
Major, if you have to sum up who Major is in just one sentence, what would you say yourself and the life that you live? I mean, I just want you to tell me something about who was really this Major that everybody loved so much. What kind of person was he? I know he dealt with so many things. I don't know if you were any community organization like the Kiwanis, Lions Club, and all those things. I don't know if you ever was in any one of those organizations, those social clubs. But I know you were very, very close to youngsters here in St. Maarten. So if you got to sum up and say, what kind of person was Leonardo Brown, Lionel Brown in
What
your
kind of person
opinion?
was he?
Yeah.
I still am minded yet.
What kind of person is he?
I am a person that has been open to everyone. If anyone that came to me with a problem, if I couldn't help them solve it, I knew somebody that I could send them to try get it solved. And that didn't go for St. Martin's alone. It goes for all foreigners, because there's something that says you could be foreign in somebody's country someday. And I always try to treat people that came here with the respect that they would respect me also. The only thing I ask anybody that come here is to respect the country. But to tell you that I had such good relationship with the Dominican community, and because of my pitching of softball, twice they took me to San Domingo to pitch down there with a selection for them.
With who?
With the
Curacao?
Dominicans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Twice they took me to go pitch with them down there.
Okay. And those of you that are viewing, I would like you to just say one word, just text one word of what you think Major meant to you. Just one word. Like Brenda Wilkinson, she said caring and sharing. Everybody can just type one word what you think about Major, and at that we can sum it up and finalize this. But one more thing I would like to ask Major Brown before we sum up the whole thing. I remember we used to come here to house parties. Can you remember those house parties here, Major?
Yeah, definitely. I would always go one side and leave the children behave like how they're supposed to be.
Those house parties was one of the greatest house parties we had. We never had problems. Everybody was so just, and dancing was our thing. Everybody wanted to dance.
You know how
Dancing was key. Today you go to house parties or you go to any kind of party,
Everybody
you don't
has
see
it.
people dancing.
They're on a text message.
The texting. Exactly. So they were really good. Oh, Raphael is saying you were a father figure. Cedric Romney is saying your daddy. Jackie Piper say understanding. Mirukia, your daughter saying humble. Clifton is saying you're St. Maarten now. You know, I'm getting everybody to say just one word so they could sum up how they saw you. I mean, I'm seeing so many persons. Awesome. Maarten Richardson saying you were awesome. You know, amazingly loving. You know, everybody, I want a helpful. Janetta Richardson. Alejandro Slack is saying he's a gentleman and a great sportsman. James Leslie York say humble. Vicky said very kind-hearted. Dennis Romney say you were a legend. Paula Jacob say you were interesting. Loved listening to cuz. Sheila Peterson said community-minded. You know, all of you, the people that are listening to you, they are saying something about this major that all of us love. You know, I yet to see something negative. Everybody here that is coming on and saying something about major, they're saying something positive. You were just loved by everyone. Is there anybody else? I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes to say one thing about Major, and then we're going to close off. Major, I know you were, I would want to thank you so much. I think this interview was, I can't remember doing an interview of such a caliber, of such extensive, and I want to thank you so much for accepting to do this interview. Because, you know, some people have a tendency of, they want to, or Neerick Royer say you were a great legend. I want to thank you so much because some people, you know, they would shy away from doing interviews like this, but you decide to accept to do it. And later on, we're going to be able to put a documentary together with all of the persons that will be doing these interviews. Tomorrow we're having Edward Jacobs, who's also a police officer. Yeah. And he also played a lot of dominoes. Maarten Richardson, Andrew Milton saying respectable. Evelise Weber saying great example. I had Alejandro Slack already, he's a gentleman. And Hostess Slack, he also played baseball with you, I'm sure with CVU. Yeah.
You know, he used to play at CVU, he used to play against me.
Against you?
Yeah.
But he played with CVU as well, as a third baseman. Yeah, with Lions. Monica Phillips Richardson, my cousin, is saying you was a loving father. You know, all of them are saying something. But we're going to close off, and I want to thank you again. God bless you, Major. I wish you many, many more years of life, and hope that you will continue to be that person you are, that humble, respectable legend, icon of St. Maarten that everybody respect. You amazing, because all those words are words that people are saying about you. And
you may say something in between there.
Yeah.
This year I'm going to make 58 years married to that lady.
58 years?
Yes, married to Beatrice.
Wow.
And I hope to continue living with her for a few more years.
Wow. So you ain't going nowhere soon?
No.
You're trying to say?
I'm trying to make 75.
You're trying to make 75? I got you clear.
I try to make 75 years married.
Okay, got you.
Yeah.
But you're doing, you were very well today. You know, I mean, the kind of people that came on and talk about you all over the world. And we call you, I'm going to say one thing that Raphael was saying. You are St. Maarten's MVP. St. Maarten's most valuable player. That is the name that we will give you. Again, thanks again. God bless you, and hope to see you soon. I hope to see you again in one of these live stream videos. And we want to thank all of you that came on to witness or to view this live stream program. We want to say thank you to all of you as well. Camille said you was a great role model. I'm not going any further. Otherwise, I'm going to stay here all day talking about let me call his name again. Rupert Lewis Leonel Brown. We just had it from him. Thanks again for viewing, and have a good and Sualiga day. Thank you again. Bye-bye. God bless you.